But who amongst those you know, who amongst your culture and nation and family are preparing for the great waves of change? Are you preparing for the great waves of change? Are you foolishly living in the moment, blind and ignorant of where you are going and of what is coming over the horizon, and the great signs the world is giving you now to alert you, to prepare you? And God has given now the preparation for the great change that is coming, given it a time of utmost importance and expediency, given it a time when humanity still has time to prepare and to offset much of the damage that may be done in the future, should you neglect your duties and the responsibilities now. Only God knows what is coming over the horizon. You are concerned with your needs and issues, your grievances and your debates, but you are not even looking. And who amongst anyone you know is really looking? People hiding behind their religions, their scriptures. People hiding behind their politics. People hiding behind their problems. Who has the courage and the humility to look out and to ask, in all honesty, what is coming now? People do not want to know. They do not want to see. They do not want to face the challenge, even though facing it will make them stronger than they are today, and will give them a chance to do something intelligent for themselves and their loved ones. Do not seek comfort. Do not seek a reprieve. Do not try to find peace and equanimity in a world that you have been sent to serve. A world now facing its greatest challenges and its greatest opportunity for unity and cooperation. If enough people can recognize the great need of this time and the times to come. It does not matter if you pray to God. It does not matter that you prostrate yourself in the church, the temple or the mosque, if you are not willing to really do what God has sent you here to do, which is to play your small but important part in preparing yourself and your nation for the two great challenges that humanity is now facing and will face increasingly as time continues. There is no greater problem than this. For if you should fail in either of these challenges, if you should fail to prepare for the great waves of change, if you should fail to offset the intervention that is occurring in the world today, which you have the power to do, then human freedom will be lost, and you will be placed in a set of circumstances more difficult and challenging than you can now imagine. This is such a great challenge and so important that God has spoken again, to address it directly, to prepare you, to bring purpose and equanimity and cooperation between the world's religions, which must all now help to prepare humanity for the great change that is coming. There should be no conflict between them, for God has initiated them all, though they have all been changed by man over time. They still have great purpose to their source and service to give to the world in cooperation with one another. Now you must begin to think of things you have not thought of before, to consider the outcome and the consequences of great events in the world, and not merely think about your own personal interests, needs, or distractions. You must become responsible able to respond, willing to look, recognizing your limitations in doing so, recognizing your weaknesses and your strengths. A deep evaluation for your life must be undertaken at such a time, or the great waves will consume you in all that you have. And when it occurs, you will recognize you did not see it coming because you were never looking or paying attention. The seas will rise. Within the next century and a half, they will rise over 100 feet. Where are you going to live? What will happen to your ports and cities and your prime farmland? What will happen to the deltas of the world and the millions who live there? Who will take them in when they must flee their nation, unable to survive there any longer? It is this you must consider. Look at a map of the world and see what will be lost. The majority of the major cities of the world will be flooded and will not be able to be protected. What will happen to all the people who must leave, even the wealthy nations, in their cities and in their coastlines? Where will they go? What will they do? They, along with you and your recent ancestors who have changed the climate of the world. As the ice caps melt, as the glaciers melt, as water becomes ever more precious and drought grows worldwide. These are the things that must be mitigated now, while you still have a chance to do so. Do not think there are other problems that are more significant than this. Do not discount this. You must build your ark for yourself and your family and your community. Not for your own needs, but for the needs of everyone around you. If you wait too long, it will be too late to prepare, and everyone will be panicking. All those who would not see and could not see, or who are too weak or elderly or infirm to prepare, it will be a great panic, a growing panic. A panic between nations, a panic within nations. We must tell you these things so that you understand the importance of God's new revelation for the world. The importance of your being in the world at this time, which is not merely to lose yourself in hobbies, fantasies, and personal goals. You have a responsibility to those who sent you, and to those who went to great effort to bring you here, at this time, under these circumstances, to serve a world facing its greatest trial, greatest crisis. Step out of the shadows. Step away from addiction and obsession. Step away from your hopeless romances and your foolish goals, which will have no promise in a future such as this. This is the challenge of your life, you see. Discount it at your own peril. Neglect it at your own peril. Argue with it at your own peril. For technology will not save you. An alien race will not save you. They are part of your problem, you see. It is only human will, determination, and cooperation that will fortify the human family in the great changes to come. It is your moral responsibility. It is your greater purpose for being here. It is what your life is really about.